Welcome. I hope you are remarkable today and very tulis on this Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. Adapted from a recent post by Jordan Peterson. Why you want a noble goal. People have two sources of positive emotion: the anticipation of a goal and the attainment of a goal. And people can be perverse when the pursuit is more meaningful than the capture. It is important to zoom out and orient yourself towards a noble, long-term goal that is true and real. Course correct as necessary. If your goal is stellar, then the pursuit is most meaningful. Reflecting light. 1. To forget an unjust betrayal without cost is a dangerous mistake dressed up as a virtue. Without consequence, the relationship does not reset. It only updates the other person's model of your response function. You have now taught them that betrayal costs nothing. Thus, their next defection feels cheaper than the first one. You have effectively lowered the price of breaking your trust and trained them to see defection as an acceptable strategy. Genuine repair demands that the cost of defection be both visible and proportional before the relationship is reestablished. Unconditional cooperation is an invitation to defection. 2. Master your observational skills so you're not manipulated by others. Watch what people do more than what they say. Words are cheaper than actions. Notice the inconsistencies. The story that changes slightly each time. The compliment that comes right before a request. Manipulators rely on you reacting fast and thinking slow. Slow down and the trick stops working. You don't need to be smarter, you just need to notice. 3. A man who is not willing to be ugly is not a man who is able to be beautiful, because a man who will not dirty his hands, bare his teeth, injure, maim, and impose ferocity where it is rightful, is no man at all. To reject the warrior within man is why pacifism is cowardice masquerading as virtue. Those who say violence is never the answer are mistaken, uninformed, or lying, and engage in different forms of violence through less obvious means. Violence is defined as the use of physical force to injure, abuse, damage, or destroy. Violence is the final and decisive answer when other avenues fail. For you to remain pristine and untouched, someone else must be willing to do what you will not. If we fail to protect our children, nature unleashes its violence upon them. Cowards and parasites exploit this, as they do. 4. Offer your presence without an agenda. Some helpers make a crisis 10 times worse. It is a lesson in human psychology that most people get wrong. When someone is destabilized, it is not productive for a stranger to offer an unprompted reality check. Most people think they're being helpful. They say things like, "calm down," or "you're overthinking this." But here's the reality. If I don't know you, and I don't trust you implicitly, and you try to tell me my reality isn't real, my brain is not going to say, "Oh, thanks for the tip." My brain is going to assume you're part of the problem. In a crisis, a stranger telling you everything is fine does not ground you. It confirms your suspicion that people are trying to gaslight you. The lesson? Authority is not the same thing as trust. Reality checks only work when they are invited. If you have not earned a seat at the table during someone's darkest hour, Do not be surprised when they exclude you for trying to tell them what they see is not there. The best way to help someone who is spiraling is not to correct their vision. It is to offer your presence without an agenda. If you are not the person they have given permission to speak the truth to, the best thing you can do is stay quiet. Otherwise, you are not an ally. You're just another complication. The best we can do is arm ourselves with truth, patience, and courage. Until you see me again, Duliness saves the universe. Be well, everyone.